I sense no remorse from my wife after she cheated. My wife has been cheating, at least by phone, since July. A sexual affair started around September. In early October she said she was leaving and wanted to be on her own. At that point I knew nothing of another man. She even said there was no one else. After a week of trying, she said she'd stay. She said she needed to take care of something. Turns out she went for an overnight with him to break up. That lasted all of 3 days, and she told me a week later that she missed him. I still believed that they were not sexual. After 5 weeks of this I asked her straight up, "Are you sleeping with this man?" She said, "I just thought you knew." I was so mad. Here's the thing, our sex life was exciting, and all the time. Like 5 times a week. This guy is in debt, not as attractive, makes less money and lives in a place he hates. My wife tells me I'm the best lover ever, the best father ever, the best friend, and a very supportive husband. What is going on? She claims to be so sad inside about where her life is going. I am too predictable in life, too content. We have a family and right now we are living that life. We vacationed last year 5 times. Hawaii, Arizona for golf, Disney cruise, Washington, D.C. Atlantic City, mostly just the 2 of us. She has stripped away everything that has ever loved her. All her longtime friends she's pushed away through the years. I am the last vein of love left in her life, and she is stomping on it with vigor. I supported anything she wanted to do. Build homes, grow flowers, play golf and work at a golf club, which she loves. She moves from one thing to the next as she gets sick of it or sees something else she wants. I supported that. She had this affair under the blanket of love and trust I provided and used it against me. She wants a divorce. She sees better pastures. I asked her to stop the affair during our separation, and she said what? I won't get to see him for 6 months. How can I get this affair to end badly for her? I want her to snap out of this, but she won't. Please help. I am 42-year-old, she is 41, 18.5 years of bliss. To her she has been unhappy inside. Not with me so much, just with life. 1 child, 10-year-old. I feel she is trapped in her feelings, and this relationship gave her the change she longs for. It is not him or what he offers. She asked me to take her back 2 weeks ago. She told me she was here for good. Of course, I did. She was sincere, distraught, guilt-ridden, and super apologetic. She begged for forgiveness, but her thoughts of this new life keep pulling her away. It does not get any better than what we have here. No financial issues, no mental or physical abuse ever. Vacations. Beautiful home and town. Anything we have needed, we have. We have only showed love and caring toward each other. Our friends always said we were the best and most loving couple anywhere. Then as the days went on, she became more withdrawn with her feelings. When we talked about it over a few drinks, she really opened up and said how staying with him. He has everything to gain and she has everything to lose. She thinks that this period of separation is for her to vet his ability to satisfy her need for change. I do not believe she will ever come back to me. She even says I smother her. Not sure how, as she works and plays golf all day some days. But it must be to stay away from me, even though she would call me and want to be intimate when she returned. It is so hard for me. I loved her so deeply. She is the love of my life, even if she made a mistake. It hurts so badly. Comments. Listen, I've been there. Thousands of others here have been here. This is shocking, but if you read other stories of infidelity, this is exactly the same script we see over and over every day here. There is nothing unique about the situation you are in. So, the first thing you have to do is change the balance of power. She wants to leave, etc. She knows you are a great guy and will always be there for her. Whether you D or R, the affair must end. So, besides her own admission, do you have tangible proof, recordings, notes, etc.? Because you must lift your wife out of the deep fog she is in and expose the affair to everyone involved. The OM's family, workplace, to have any chance at all. If you want it, then go dark. When she has no one to run to, she may start begging for another chance. But first, you need to expose this affair fully. File for divorce right now. It takes a long time to go through. You have plenty of time to change your mind. It sounds like she thinks she wants a divorce. But she's not sure. That's just her fantasy world talking. You're taking charge, and filing has a good chance of slapping her back into reality. And if you do it in a way that's decisive, strong and confident, there's a good chance she'll be attracted to your take-charge demeanor. Whatever you do, do not be needy, whimpering, sad. All those attraction-destroying behaviors. Send her the message that you're the kind of man that simply will not tolerate a third man in your marriage. If she wants this guy, send her to him. Then watch their delusional love bubble pop. It's been said so many times here. To save your marriage, you have to be willing to lose your marriage. Sounds to me like a classic case of a midlife crisis. I went through something similar and feel your pain. My wife had her affair starting a few months before her 40th birthday. Get this through your head, your heart will take much longer. Now you cannot control her. If she is unhappy, nothing you can do will make her happy. She must find it, or lose it, on her own. Do not get sucked into feeling sorry for her, and try to make it better. It won't work. Think in terms of yourself and your 10-year-old. You must do what is best for you and your 10-year-old. Do not think in terms of what is best for your wife. She has her own battle to fight. When she says you smother her, that is completely typical. If she wants space to figure things out, tell her she is welcome to go find her space somewhere outside of your home. Good luck. Keeps posting. Hope he responds. The other man is divorced and no children, so they are free as birds together. The only plus is he is 2.5 hours away. So she is there now since yesterday, and will return tomorrow. We have not told our daughter yet. Prob Friday. I will file tomorrow. I wanted to today, but am still so distraught. In Delaware I can have a divorce almost immediately, give or take, without a separation if adultery is involved. Should I push for that, or file and let 6 months go by and finish it up then? Also, we decided to sell our house and move as a unit, but separately to Florida. I even asked her why she would want to be involved in a relationship if she is moving. She has wanted to move there for years, so she can golf full year. Good advice, strap a set on and file. Show her who's not scared. She has a free place till April. She is here only when I cannot. My daughter will live with me here and also in Florida. I am flying down to look at homes in early December. I need sleep. It has been 3 to 4 hours for the last 7 weeks, even with medication. It is messing with my decision-making skills. Meanwhile, she sleeps like a baby. Alt-Dame is right. She is in crisis. My therapist has said that many times. She even went to a therapist one time. She told my wife if her mind was made up, stop hurting your husband. That was the final day of hope. I thought she'd snap out of this crisis after therapy. Not yet anyway. I am trying to sleep, but nothing is helping. So hard when you wake at 3 a.m. only to hear your thoughts. All this divorce crap and splitting up stuff is hard for me to grasp. It is painful. I do not care about the house and all the stuff. Just that it needs to be done is what's painful. I will try to take control back. I have an appointment on the 3rd with an addie. The soonest I could get. He suggested I do not file without an addie's input. I tend to agree. I stopped pleading on Thursday. My final plead was that I thought we were making a grave mistake. It is wrong, nearsighted and rude to our daughter. She got huffy and angry. My therapist equated her to a teenager, claiming every time I push against her, it makes it harder for her to leave. My wife wants it to be easy, very selfish, calls all the shots in this mess. It sucks. Interestingly enough, moving is my idea. I need a clean slate. She is willing to move, 1, because she has always wanted to, and 2, because she wants to co-parent. She will move with me. He has a house he cannot sell, a shipload of debt and a real estate job that pays nothing. No higher education. And an ex that he hates. I am not sure what he will do. She may bail him out, at which point I will be furious. She claims it will likely not last, but wants to find out. I guess we will see. It has been 20 years since she was infatuated with another man. That other man was me. I wished I could have get her back. But everyone is right. I feel better, and I will file and move onward with my daughter at our pace. She can move at her pace. I am looking to buy before spring and set up shop there and be ready for summer. I want my daughter to make a bunch of new friends, and they will all go to the same school. I feel positive about this part. My ex-wife wants to live within 20 minutes of my house. I feel that is pretty good. Update. How I have been the last 5 days. Not responding to texts until I want to. I told her we did not need to speak until she returned on wed. I will act confident and with purpose. I will go into my room and shut the door. Law. Well, maybe I'll show my face. I really look forward to the move. I believe that is where my salvation lies. New women I have never met. Here I know everyone. Such a pain. Just will feel better than here. Plus, my W has seasonal stress disorder. Not diagnosed, evident during the Delaware winters where it is cold and dark. She gets really down. We'll see how the new guy handles my W after the newness wears off and she shows her real side. I feel sorry for him, law. Not. It is starting to get to me too sometimes. I am unsure of the custody laws, but I have no intention of keeping her from my daughter. I promise to never disparage my W to my daughter. That is a promise I will take to the grave. She is a good mother and my daughter needs her. Now if she says she does not want to move because of this guy, then so be it. Then I will need to go all in. Because I am the primary caregiver, she has agreed that I get the lion's share of everything. Split the house. I hope she stays reasonable. Comments. You need to listen carefully to the last bits of advice you have been given. This is war and she is the enemy. She is not a good mother. She is not lost. She willfully bedded this other man. She is not in love with you. She is in love with him. You and your daughter come a distant second. Protect your daughter and yourself by having her removed from your home ASAP. As per the advice. Garbage bags. Then protect your finances, separate accounts, etc. Then file for D and expose the affair far and wide. Blow her up with her friends and family. And as far as you can, blow the POSOM up too. Affect this affair negatively in any way you can. Then work on repairing yourself and your daughter. Do the 180 immediately. Start working out. Go to counseling if you need it, etc. Do not actively disparage your wife, but even more importantly, do not lie to your daughter about this. It will cause more damage down the line. If she decides to move with you when you move to be 20 minutes from you, so be it, but it is only to deal with her own guilt and to also have you around for support when she needs it. Let this not be the case and do nothing to support this. Finally, do not cry or look sad. She needs to see a strong, confident male to realize what she has lost. You may need more details for closure, and if that is the case, she should be completely open and honest about what went on. This whole business about "I thought you knew" is BS. She didn't tell you because that is what cheaters do. They let you know only the bare minimum to avoid confrontation in an attempt to move past it and rug sweep if possible. Good luck and be strong. OP responds. I hear what you are all saying. I am trying to be diplomatic here. We want to agree on finances together. She wants me to have the lion's share. I am remaining calm so I can get what I need from her. I am not acting weak, only smart. If I go overboard, she is likely to force a split of everything 50-50. But now she wants me to take the bulk of the liquid assets, and we will split the house. She has a substantial portfolio that will support her for a while. So yes, I would love to blow her up. But I am trying to play smarter than her at every step. Should not be hard. Oh, and got an appointment today with attorney. I will not engage her in convo about our marriage. She has spoken. I am just staying the course and trying not to make waves, so I get what I want. She does not want this info out there. So I have a bit of leverage. She definitely never wants our daughter to know. Leverage again. I believe she is a rational person when her reputation is at stake. We will see. I will talk to the attorney and file ASAP. We will move forward from there amicably. Get the divorce quickly, and then I can blow her up if I choose. But I feel it is blowing over for me because of all your help. I will have good and bad days, but they will get better. I want to move to this new place sooner than later so I can start my new life. I need a companion. Always have. I am a pleaser. Maybe I'll hold back a bit so we are more equal in the next relationship. My W will miss me when I am gone, I know that for sure. See if this other guy can provide her with the intellectual stim that I have been giving for many years. Her choice. I believe every circumstance requires a serious evaluation, no matter how similar it is to another. In this case, I believe a spring came loose and has caused her to stray for reasons of newness. Not sex or love, and certainly not a brighter future. It gets no brighter than this. I spoke with her yesterday after she returned from tonight's with him. She seemed sad. Sad I was not at the house when she returned. Sad I told her I would not be home till after I ate out. Sad when I returned and did not give her anything. No emotion. Sad at bedtime. Sad this morning and wanted to lay next to me. I did oblige but gave no affection. She knows she is going it alone. She said this guy will prob not last long. She misses me as her best friend. I told her she betrayed and hurt me so deeply that it will take a very long time to forget that. I told her that we cannot be friends like that anymore. She cried a lot. I believe it is setting in. Her course is unwavered though. She still wants out and to move forward anew. I told her for the first time ever I am looking forward to being on my own. No one to answer to, check with or consult. I said it will be great. She agreed. I also said I need the comfort and companionship of a woman desperately, and that moving sooner than later is very important to me. She can stay behind if she wants. I do not care. We talked about finances this morning, and we are drafting our financial agreement today, and I will have my attorney legalize it, and that will hopefully be that. I hope. She is worried for herself and her future. I wish her the best. We will need to be friendly in the eyes of our daughter. Oh, and I also told her she needed to come clean to her mother. She shook her head yes. That will devastate her and her mom to even have that convo. That's when she said this guy would not likely last long. Okay, I know, I still have compassion for her, albeit misguided. She made a huge mistake. There is much to lose. I will hold my ground, but she needs to fix herself first, before I would ever consider taking her back. Nothing is a total loss until it is a total loss. I am still exploring my feelings, and although I have moved on, that does not mean that there is not a place in my heart for compassion and forgiveness. She will need to earn it. I am feeling her emotions out to determine the next best action. I am an analyzer. I am a planner. So I look at all options first before making a final decision. She is gone. I know that. I am moving on, even with a spark in the back somewhere. It is difficult to really let go. Easy to say it or show it. My hearts are hanging on for dear life. Law. We are not sleeping together or being sexual. She is gone mentally. A day she says while crying, she knows that she will never find someone who loved her like I did. That she could tell anything to. That never judged her. That was as good a friend as I was. I just don't get it. It is a low point for me right now. Trying not to look weak in front of her, but it is hard when she pulls at my heart. Even though she says she still wants to go. I can hardly stand it. It hurts so bad to know that I am not needed anymore. I am on a roller coaster. Last night I was all in control, and today in the dumps, facing the truth that we are about to tell our daughter, and I am going to break a promise with her. I told her we would never break up. I never thought we would. It royally sucks. She did this to us. But yet I feel like I take half responsibility when it comes to my daughter. I want to get out from under the pain so bad I can't stand it. Tomorrow will be better, I hope. We told our daughter tonight. I never cried so hard. I am so angry. My daughter cried for an hour. Wanted to know if she could do anything to change our minds. I died at that moment. I hate her so much. No chance of her returning now. All done. This is the thing. 2.5 weeks ago she asked me to take her back and forgive her. I did that. Then after 3 days she became withdrawn and emotionless, gravitating toward the other guy. Sucks so bad. I apparently smother her. Such crap. Hope her new life is filled with empty space. And a man who is half of what I am. 180 in motion. Comments. Did you tell your child why you are divorcing, and with whom she is deserting her family for? 10 years old is plenty old enough to know the real reason her family is imploding and the name of the POSOM that's complicit in this. Don't think for 1 second she's too young to figure this out on her own. And when she does, she just might resent you for not being truthful with her. Kids learn from their parents, and they don't forget when they've been deceived and outright lied to. Which lessons in life do want her to learn and follow? Yours or your WW's? OP, take it from a guy that suffered through for months of fake reconciliation at the cost of $35 and then just to find out she was leaving after I had to browbeat her into telling me about the Christmas present I figured out she bought for him. I hate Carhartt jackets now. Nonetheless, it took her another 4 months to leave me and my 2 boys. She tortured me until she left. Nothing tells you duck you like seeing your ex-wife phone ring with the contact picture being a picture of them hugging during the affair. Then having your wife pick up the phone, walk into another room giggling, and then leaving to go duck this other man and then come back home. I cannot begin to tell you the begging and crying I did. I would have eaten the crap off the floor and cut off my right arm to have her back. When that didn't happen, I decided I couldn't live anymore and started figuring out how to X myself. My 13-year-old son coming into my bedroom, crying made me man up. I couldn't let my son be with this piece of shown tea of a woman and piece of shown tea other man. That was 11 months ago. Today I am sick of dating. As far as comparing man to man, it doesn't matter. I'm a detective just starting my 24th year. I have a promotion that pays me like a sergeant and make about $145K a year now. I have a home and my 2 boys stay with me. This other man has nothing and is a foot shorter than me and 10 years older than me. It still didn't stop my ex from leaving here and moving in with him. Trust me, you wish you could do anything to fix this, but you just can't. It is the most helpless feeling in the world. I just never felt so not in control. There is no magic bullet or potion or spell that can fix this. If there were, I would have taken or done it already. The only thing that helps you make sense of this all is time. There is nothing here that anyone will tell you that will help you except time. Months later you will realize what people were saying, and that they made sense when they did, but you just couldn't grasp it at that. This time, give her the divorce and don't ever show her you are hurting. Bite your lip until it bleeds. Go to your mom's and cry, but don't ever show her you're hurting. Ever? I thank God that my wife was cruel and ruthless with me. If she would have dragged me along, I would have happily followed for a very long time. Today I can tell you I love her or loved her, and I forgave her for the affair. But I will never forgive her for what she did afterwards, and how she treated me before she left. I was a piece of garbage to her to be kicked around and tossed aside. I was her joke at night with her boyfriend. How they laughed when they go together, and pretending to break up just to make me and the therapist believe. It must have been the running joke between them. This will change you forever, and it will feel tons worse before it gets better. I have never felt such pain in my whole life. I never cried this long ever. 5 months I cried every day, several times a day. I look back today and wonder how I survived. But in the end, this was better for me. I just didn't see it then. OP responds, better today. She is going to be living elsewhere, but spending time her with my daughter. I am being cordial in front of my daughter. I want her to see us as friends and parents, but not as lovers. It is a very fine line to walk. I am 180 now, probably about the 90 mark so far. I do work out already, am very physically fit, and dress nicely too. My heart rate has been so high for 8 weeks. It's like I'm running all the time. My daughter was fine this morning. Asked a few questions but otherwise seemed like herself. We even wrestled like we always do with a pretty good sock fight in there too. Very fun. She is an amazing human being for which I am proud to be her father. I have my eye on her, the prize, and she is the only thing I care about. I am seeing my attorney today. My W and I worked out a financial agreement that I am having drawn up and legalized. I need her to stay the course with this thinking until I get her to sign the paperwork. I may not have it till next week sometime. So I will go along for now, going dark but not being a crap about anything. It is the only way now. Soon she will not be sleeping here, and I won't see her so much, which is good. A few more days is all. I can do that. Update. Well, there was sort of an intervention by her mom, and one of the only friends she has, well, old friend anyway. My wife finally agreed she was wrong. She was selfish and it has been all about her. She called him and told him no more contact. She said she needed to figure this out for herself. But by herself. He was sad but said if this is what you need to do for your daughter, then this is what you need to do. She agreed to therapy for her behavior, and has first appointment tomorrow. I told her to remove all her stuff from my room, closet and bathroom. She did. She admitted that she was so selfish, and that she has done nothing for anyone. She said she was a train wreck. I agreed. I told her she had an addictive personality. She nodded. At least she's getting help. Who knows? I told her she will never be a part of my life again, and that the lies must end now. She agreed. I hope therapy can relinquish all her intimacy issues. I believe she does not know how to love. She does not know how to give of herself or put anyone before her. It is a problem, but with therapy highly correctable. She has been so mean to everyone about this whole thing. I believe she was melting down. Her mom is still hurting. Update. I am doing better. I feel like I am getting more rest. My appetite is better. I am down about 14 pounds since this started. But I feel great. I exercise regularly, and I do see a therapist who claims this is one of the most unusual cases she's seen in thousands of cases. I have focused on my daughter very much, and spend as much time as I can. When my wife does not have her, she is precious to me. My therapist describes my wife as in a crisis situation and not understanding how to love. She believes she's not fallen out of love, but cannot figure out how to let herself love. This other man is just a superficial chemical addiction. He shows her a new picture, but it would fade quickly. She saw my wife one time but is making opinion based on my statement, which are very introspective and objective. I guess my wife's new therapist, with 30 years experience in depression, anxiety, and self-esteem issues, will be taking over. I hope the best for her. She is not living here anymore. I believe she was shocked when I told her to move all her stuff out. She even wrote that she was being kicked out of her own house. I laughed. I told her this is what you wanted, so go do it. We are still moving forward with the divorce. I do not talk with her other than our daughter, and of course Monday with all the talk of selfishness and needing help. I am cold to her. I wished her the best for therapy. I do want it to help her, not so much for return, but for our continued raising of our daughter. I feel she is seeing her personality picture a bit clearer now. Before the intervention, she believes she is entitled to do anything she wants. She has backed down from that, but without therapy she will just return to entitlement. I will ask her about her therapy, and when she's going next. That's so I can keep an eye on her progress. I told her that if she wanted to spend time with her daughter, maybe she should make her a priority. I believe that helped turn her around a bit. I am doing the 180. However, is only a consideration for a distant future after recovery. And proof from her, I will move forward no matter what. If I find a new relationship, then too bad for her. We are moving at the end of spring. It will be a period of no companionship for me. And that sucks. I am traveling to our new location this week and hoping to make a few connections there over the next few months of searching for a new home. That is my best bet for a new love. Not here where I live now. She has ruined a perfectly good family for selfish intentions, those of which I unknowingly nurtured. I never thought this crisis would happen to a proportion like this. At least she is not seeing him anymore, and no, she has not had any other affairs. I feel less stress knowing that she sits at her house like I do here. Wish things were different. It's not reasonable for her to have any joy right now. She needs to suffer like the rest of the family, including her parents and friends who she's hurt badly. I believe she will snap back into reality. But when? I will not wait for her. My therapist claims if I wait for her, wait no longer than a year. I said I will watch her for 3 months. That's it. But we'll move on in the meantime. I get where you are coming from. I did not choose Florida for her, but for me knowing she would follow. I want her to be in my daughter's life. But I cannot live in this town any longer. My wife is welcome to stay here, but I am taking my daughter with me. I will not live where it is cold any longer. I need to find a place with a new set of friends and access to fit people in year-round outdoor activities. So if she likes it too, so be it. But I am not doing this for her. I am waiting on my attorney for the financial docs, and then I'm all in. And yes, I was hoping at a time for a chance at her. I even believe that she would come around. But I am not waiting for her. My therapist believes the FL idea is the best in a while. She likes that it takes her legs out from under her. That's not why I did it, but it is a place I feel I need to be. She is sad all the time. She feels like everyone is against her. They are. She is getting a real dose of reality now, and it feels great for me. She has no money, unfun place to live, and works. Also is away from her daughter. She has a serious mental block. She is angry about something that happened to her 10 years ago, and still blames me. It was a labor room problem. If she can relinquish that anger, the rest should fall in place. I hope her therapist helps her. I really do. And my daughter worships me, and my wife knows it, and she said she's jealous about it. I guess karma comes around. My comment: I feel the longer this marriage goes, the more unhappy everyone gets. Was this the ending that you were hoping for? Tell me down below and I will see you in the next relationship story.